Hello folks, and welcome to GrindExp number 10. We made it, but... Now, that but there is not because anything necessarily went wrong. Well, something went wrong. Apparently, my license for the program I used to render out these videos expired. So, GrindExp number 10 recorded about a week and a half ago at this point. So, we're still putting it up more for posterity, and also it's the 10th episode. So, gonna put it up. So, information may be a little out of date, but have no fear. We do plan on doing another GrindExp next week, as well as getting back into the normal video schedule. So, take everything with a grain of salt in life, and licensing agreements, and paying more money for programs you need, and enjoy GrindExp number 10. Thanks. Hello everybody, and welcome to GrindExp number 10. Yeah, we made it. We made it to number 10. I'm shocked and amazed. But we did. So, as always, I'm joined by all three of my lovely cohorts. First, Beta, hi, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Quad, you there? You still alive?
Yep, we're still good. Nice and hot in here in Canada.
We're melting the oceans up there. And certainly not least, Jamie. JC Monkey, how are ya?
Pretty good. It's actually cold here.
I know it's cold here too. Like, we got the better stick. They got the short end. Alright. So, what's been going on? What's happened? Quad, let's start with you. Hopefully, before you launch another artillery shell into your mic.
A little bit of ADD, jumping around from game to game. Haven't played enough Hearthstone. Noticed that they nerfed the Hunter. Played a bit of Mage. Been doing more Arena. Liking the Diablo. All over the place.
Alright. JC, what's been up with you?
I just got Heroes of the Storm. I've been playing that, and it's kind of growing on me, you know? I'm actually kind of liking it.
Yes, someone other than myself is giving it a shot. Yes, I'm happy. And yeah, Beta, what's happening with you?
Oh, thanks, Jared. Thanks for talking. Okay, now, so I've actually been trying out a new game's open beta for this week only. It's called what's it called? Oh my gosh, WildStar. Yeah, it's WildStar, and it's a new MMO. It's not made by Blizzard, but I've been playing that a little bit.
Oh, it's an open beta?
Oh, yeah. Good time.
Let's go give that a try.
I've been playing it for a while. I've had beta access since the beginning.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's right now it's kind of feeling similar to World of Warcraft, but I've heard that the dungeons are pretty exciting, so that's kind of what I wanted to test out of that game. And so I've been playing a little WildStar, a little bit of League and Hearthstone and Diablo. I'm kind of all over the place like Quad right now. It's kind of just enjoying whatever I feel like playing, you know? So.
Yeah, it's always good. I think I'm keeping my gaming ADD, as everyone else is saying, to a minimum between Heroes and Diablo 3. Even though there are a few other games I wouldn't mind playing. I mean, I've had access to a couple of the WildStar beta weekends, but it's just like, time isn't there. Especially downloading another game, you know, however long that takes. But, yeah, nothing too much more has been going on over here. So, let's just jump right into the past week or so. You know, I was in my little Florida vacation. I miss it. I miss it dearly. So, let's jump into Diablo 3. Yeah, let's move to Diablo 3.
Yay! Diablo! Happy birthday!
Oh, no, you keep on going if you want.
No, because then I have to pay royalty fees to the family, and I don't want to give them any of my money.
Oh yeah. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. All right. So yeah, what's currently happening? News-wise, it's really all about the second second birthday anniversary, as they're calling it. Patch 2.05 went live with a whole slew of class changes and balancing and tweaks to monsters and rifts and bounties. Oh my! Actually, it was a much beefier patch than I think all of us were ever expecting for this. Even with what they did tell us we were getting, it was still pretty hefty with the class changes, which is always nice. Most classes saw a positive swing for all the changes, which is good. Celebrating on Twitch, actually, they're doing that right now, if not finishing up with that right now. So I'm sure all those hourly pieces will be on video on demand through Twitch, and I'm pretty sure someone in YouTube lands will convert that over to a YouTube video you can watch later on. And then for the anniversary, they said, and then we doubled it again. And then again, yeah, that's like the third time they've doubled it, with the legendary drop rates and the doubling of Rift Guardian blood shards from May 15th to the 22nd. But there's other things we can talk about when we get to that throughout the conversations. So, how's everyone's Diablo 3? Preferably if you've played today, how has that legendary drop rate bonus been working out for you? Even if the stuff is still the same old wailing host that you've gotten 10 times before?
Yes and no. I mean, the best thing I got so far today was a shard of hate. But other than that, it's been the same
just
old
a shard
junk
of hate.
I know,
yeah,
right?
jeez, just a shard of hate.
And the rest of it's been just like junk, garbage stuff here and there. I can't tell the difference in boost or not.
Actually, I've been like working most of the day today, and it just started today, so I haven't had a chance to sit down and really grind out some legendaries yet, but definitely planning on it.
What, have you been doing anything?
Worked all day, just got home in time for this.
You
Yeah.
retail people. I'm sorry for you.
Retail monkeys.
Yeah. Well,
Lazy monkey.
yesterday.
Lucky.
Yesterday, I think I was able to take advantage of like an exploit in Diablo 3. I think for the first time ever. It was the Torment level 6, level 1 exploit that happened for.
That's not an exploit.
You're banned.
Well, it was just a weird thing to do, and I got a couple pieces from that, and then they immediately hotfixed that before all the anniversary buffs went into effect today, which thank God they did. I agree wholeheartedly with that, because that would have been utterly ridiculous. But then I just went over to the regular Rift Forward communities, and it still worked out pretty well, considering that you're getting double the shards. It's almost the same amount as the level Torment 6 level 1s. So, still good. And the Blues actually, in a couple of posts, said that they don't kind of mind the Rift Forward. They like the sense of community that is building, even if it is maybe taking advantage of game mechanics in an offshoot way. But yeah, so did that. Almost have full sets of legendary items, maybe missing one or two from each set. So getting lucky there. Just hoping I get the rest of them before this week's over, because I don't want them to go back to the old drop rates. That'll just be sad.
Drifted forward. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, I don't partake in that Rift Forward stuff.
Nah.
Oh my god. It's like 3 against 1. It's just so weird. So, any other comments about Diablo? Anything looking forward to the patch 2.1 tiered rifts and seasons? Any comments?
I don't know. I mean, I like Diablo and all, and it's kind of fun, but it feels kind of bland now. We need something to spice it up, like a end level user dungeon or something.
Yeah, I was really hoping this patch was going to bring the tiered rifts that were promised, but yeah,
Your hopes are
Not
a
yet.
little high on that
not yet.
one.
Yeah.
Well, I guess another question that still kind of relates to that. What does everyone feel about the whole, season-specific legendaries? Whether they're transmog only or actual, like, weapons or gear. Like, what does everyone think about that?
I'd actually like it. Because it would give something to work for, I'm all for that, going in, playing for like a day race or something, like they do on Pact of Exile or whatever. I think that stuff's kind of fun.
Yeah, because people are kind of stuck in the mentality of like a 4 or 6 month kind of season, but with Path of Exile doing like a week or a 4-day or a 3-day or a 1-day or an hour race, I mean, like, okay, that's a little bit more manageable for the casual player or the hardcore player. I do air quotes, only because they're limited strictly by time. Like, you're going to play 2 hours a day, but the game in and out. It's a matter of getting the time investment in. If they do stuff like that, where they have short windows and big windows, I think that will ease it and make it easier for more people to get in and actually get a benefit of it more immediately. That would be a cool thing to do.
Yeah, well, there was a post on Reddit that was bringing up a lot of controversy because there's a Chinese website that had apparently dug up some of the legendaries that they might be adding for the seasons, just because they're not in the game yet and they're data mined. So, and they didn't look very impressive. Now, we don't really have a way to know if these are like legit or not. So it's the fact that it was stirring up controversy in the first place kind of like diminishes the doesn't really tell you anything really, but they weren't that impressive, honestly. But it would be kind of neat. Like, imagine if there were like a new set of legendaries with each season that came out, right? I think that would be pretty sick.
Yeah, and I think that would be the best thing to help the overall longevity of the game, because it's like, okay, you got your like as a wizard, you got your Wonderful build, you got your Town Raja build, you got your damage reduction build with an Argylls and Blackthorns if you want to go crazy and do that. You got your Cold build, your Lightning build, all those pieces of gear, which it's kind of manageable to get all those pieces if you're playing one character. I mean, even if you're playing multiple characters, you can, and you play well and you do all your gearing well, and all that. I mean, you can get, after a couple months, you can pretty much get all the gear for it. So they get new items to strive for, I think is a really good thing to do. And if they make them season only, I'm kind of warming up to the idea, even though I was kind of against it, just for the fact of like, okay, I have to roll a new character, get to 70, and do the Paragon thing, and it's like this constant power flux of like, I'm powerful, now I'm weak, I'm powerful, now I'm weak with the seasons. I'm kind of warming up to it. If they kind of introduce a shorter season, or, well, not a shorter season, but give multiple duration with the seasons, I think that would be the best way to do it.
Well, imagine this, like, what if, like, they introduce these new legendaries. These legendaries are very powerful, can only get in these seasons, and then it's gone for the rest of, that build is never to be in the game again. But, like, unless they decide to another season bring it back. So imagine, like, a season where they bring back the Whirlwind Barbarian for, they bring back a couple items that enable the Whirlwind Barbarian to work again. And then, you get to reminisce, you kind of get that nostalgia feel of the Barbarian every once in a while, and you could be like, I think that would be really sweet. You can push the limits of the game a little bit more because it's going to get reset eventually, so you can enable characters to kind of accelerate at a greater rate.
Not a tremendously bad idea.
You did sound like you were very thrilled about it, though. But I think that would be pretty cool.
To go back to CM again. Well, CM would probably be quite boring. Go back to that. But Perma-Archon, not that you can't really get there now. Almost. With cooldown reduction and certain items and gemming. But yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, Or another suggestion that's been floated out there is like items you get for, like, say, like a season 2. You get to keep them, and then after the next season, so end of season 3, beginning of season 4, those items become part of the normal loot table. So you'll be able to get them, but you'll have to wait 2 seasons to get them in the real game, which could be like a half a year.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind coming up with weird and strange builds and stuff. I just want something in there to keep it interesting, because I don't know if it's just me changing or if it's just the way that Diablo is, but this whole like grinding for gear and just having grind for gear as endgame, that's kind of old to me now. You know what I'm saying? I think I kind of outgrew it, or I don't know if it's just the game has gone that way, or I outgrew it. I don't know, but it just seems kind of bland now.
I think that's a primary reason why I can't really play MMOs anymore, because it's such a greater time investment for really just better gear. And then, well, then you have to layer on 5-mans, 10-mans, 25s, 40s, like whatever game you're playing as far as MMOs are concerned, and coordination, and then point systems for getting the gear. I mean, it was all too much. So I'm definitely in the boat. I think that's why I've settled for Diablo 3 as probably the furthest up the game chain as I'm willing to go as far as time investment, because anything more I just can't do right now. Yeah, but with that, is there any other thoughts for Diablo 3? Or shall we move on to the next game?
Weapon swap.
Oh yeah, having the inventory change where you can have like 2 gear sets.
Yeah, something.
That'd be great. I love that idea.
Yeah, that would be pretty nice, honestly. I'm watching a lot of streamers like JH and Orcon, and just like pretty much any out of the top streamers right now, they're all doing the gear swap, which was something that they intentionally try to get rid of. So it's kind of frustrating to see it back in full force. You know, we got the Nemesis bracers, the wreckable objects bracers for level 1 tier 6 torment 6 rift farming. So it's like it seems to be like you know, that maybe they could try to fix it so you can't swap gear in combat, because there is a combat system now. There wasn't originally, but there is one now, and then just replace that with another set of gear that you can swap to, like in the original Diablo.
Yeah, it's another interesting thing to bring up, because with the actual game-changing legendaries that they said they were going to give us, so we do have them. We now have, you know, I know my wizard right now is lightning, but I have so many different sets of gear that I'm just waiting on, like, you know, the 3rd piece of that or 4th piece of this to start putting on there, and I know I'm going to have 2 or 3 sets of gear from a wizard. It's like, I want an easy way of switching out this gear eventually. It's like, you didn't have that back in vanilla, because like, you went for CM or Archon, you went for Whirlwind, you went for like the one Demon Hunter, you went for the Nirvana build for the Monk, and the Witch Doctor you did Bears, pretty much. So there's only one build you went for, so it wasn't really an issue in regular vanilla. But now it's like any class can have 3 or 4 sets of gear for different playstyles, and you'll eventually get them all if you just put in the time. So that'd be a pretty nice thing to do. Alright, so that's it for Diablo 3. We're going to move on to... We're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to jump to StarCraft II. Because it's been kind of a light news week for a majority of the games. The one big news item for StarCraft II, on top of a few of the little balance things that they're doing here and there, is StarCraft II COPA America 2014. The 2 teams have come up again in association with Blizzard Entertainment. They're going to bring you StarCraft II COPA America 2014. The tournament will have 3 online seasons and 1 grand finale to be held in Lima, Peru. on October 25th and 26th. And then the prize pool for that contest will be 15 grand. 15 grand. How many vacations can I go along with 15 grand? So, Season 1 registration is up starting on May 22nd. They have rules and format as well. Qualifier times and all that fun stuff. If you wanted to participate or put on there, is up on there as well. On the link. So that's the big primary news for StarCraft II. We'll jump to Heroes of the Storm next. It was LiLi Hero Week. Covered how she worked, some lore, where she came from, all this Pandaria stuff. They also had Building the Nexus, the voice of Nova. And if I remember correctly, without looking at the article, it's Griffin, who's the voice of Nova. I think she also does the voice of the Diablo III wizard, if I am remembering this correctly. And if Nevik and or Jade are listening to this, I hope they're proud if I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. I've let you down. I'm ostracized from the wizard community forever. And lastly, for Heroes, this literally came on like half an hour before we started recording. There's an upcoming excuse me. There's an upcoming ban for Heroes of the Storm players that is specifically targeting have left a lot of games over a consistent period, or just bad players as far as attitude, bad sportsmanship, and the like. So that's what's going on with Heroes. So I know we've played a couple games as a 4-man team with poor randoms. So let's get some feedback on Heroes right now. As I said on the forums, remember, keep it tame, be honest, but don't go shooting for the gut.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you gotta look at it and realize that this is a brand new game. You have a lot of brand new people coming over from WoW or Diablo or other Blizzard games that don't know how to play MOBAs. So, they're gonna be bad. I've never played a MOBA before. I'm bad. But I'm doing okay because I'm starting to get the hang of it. It just takes time, and you know, you got to have an expectation that not everybody's going to be great, and you just have to like tell them in chat and be like, hey, you know, do this, and then if they ignore you and do whatever they want, well, then that's on them. But you know, it's just a lot of mixed feelings and a lot of stuff you got to deal with because this is a new type of game that's coming to Blizzard, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that. A lot of people are coming from different aspects, and it's not only is your positioning and movement critical, it's awareness of what you're doing in the game is also very critical. So I agree wholeheartedly with what you said.
I really wish that the tutorial system would have gone over specific maps and what your objectives are in that map, and like because it's the way the game's designed right now is that it's kind of hard to just zerg down a turret. Even though you have really high health pools, so do the turrets. So by the time that the objectives come up in the game, it's just way more efficient to get the objectives, and it makes them way more important. And the tutorials didn't really go over them very well, I feel.
To the forums!
That's definitely great, yeah, because you know what, it would be nice to know how much impact each objective has, and sort of let you know that, you know, this is an objective you should be doing, because this is critical, and there's some other objectives that aren't as good.
Well, right, but that's where testing comes into play. It's not necessarily on Blizzard's part to tell us what are the most efficient ways of killing your opponent, you know what I'm saying? That's for us to find. Although, I will agree and say that the tutorial systems do need to add a little bit more. But since this is an alpha, you know, this is still a little bit early to say, hey, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. And, you know, they might know that is bad. but they just don't have development time to fix it yet. So I think once we're going into beta and they still haven't touched on some of these things that we have complaints about, then I think at that time
That's
we
too
should
late,
bring it
then.
all. No. Beta's a beta. Beta's not a final release. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be Diablo.
Yeah, it pretty much is a final release, though.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be Diablo 3, where it's like, okay, beta, okay, then we're going to release it. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to take Heroes and take it baby steps. You know?
Yeah, I think they're gonna treat Heroes, as like a Hearthstone beta, which was almost a year to the day. It went from like early April to like late March when it was officially released. I think they're gonna do the same exact thing with Heroes. My biggest things in Heroes is it's funny it gets brought up the turns, because the turns have health pools, but like as soon as it gets to mid game, if you can get a turns to run out of bullets, two heroes can basically start wailing through turrets and gates pretty decently. Forget about late game. Late game, if like a turns they even have half their ammo, you pretty much take all that punishment, get the turns down, get the gate, and move on. I don't feel the turns have enough of a play, whether that's their intention or not, because they're trying to make this a fast-paced game. You don't want to make the turns be these hulking fortresses that you need the entire team just to go after one turn to knock it down.
If you look at some of the player skills, like Raynor, he has bullets to where when you hit a turret or a tower or whatever, you can take 2 bullets away from it every time you hit it. So it's all based on strategy. Do you want to go against the towers? Do you want to go against the minions? Or do you want to do skills against heroes? You have to pick one of those 3, and then you have to get together as a group and then choose what do you want to do. Do you want to Zerg? Do you want to Turtle? Or do you want to just play the map stuff?
Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel it's more built in, and I think it's more than meets the eye. I just felt maybe like when the turrets come back online after being out of ammo, they don't start at 1 and start regenerating. Maybe start at half ammo or a quarter ammo with like a slight delay before the regeneration kicks in, and then they regenerate. Because when a turret comes in and it's at like 1 or 2 ammo, it shoots off 1 or 2, it's down again. It's like, okay, what's the point? That's probably a bigger thing with me, and I acknowledge that they want to keep the game short, but there's still just something that bugs me about the map size. I guess it's because it's mounts. Like if you walked it, it would seem fine everywhere, but with the mounts to get around quickly, and I get they want this to be a brawler, be fast, but I don't know, but maybe they could tweak it so maybe the mounts don't go as fast, maybe. I just feel like the map can be too easily transversed, where basically everything becomes a team fight. Like I don't know if I've ever gotten a solo kill in the games that I've tried for. I think it's all been team takedowns.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because if you're playing one of those characters that seem to be OP in the player in the community's minds, like it's whatever the meta is or whatever, it's like, hey, we're all gonna do this, so everyone's playing this character or whatever. They're gonna Zerg you, and then once they kill you, they got like 40 seconds. They're gonna run down and Zerg the other guy down there and double team them down there. That's what I've been noticing. That's why every time I say, hey, why is there like 3 or 4 guys on me at a time? Well, it's because they know they got like 40 seconds till the other guy respawns to be able to leave this lane and go tag team some other people, you know?
Yeah, that is very valid. That's actually a pretty good strategy, now that I think about it.
That's all I see them doing. If you get a pre-made team, that's what they do.
Yeah, and all I can say is that not a criticism at all of the game. Just a statement in general. Having a well-oiled machine of a team, like on voice communication, building the team right, with healers and tanks, and doing what you need to do to build a well-rounded team. Works tremendously well in Heroes.
Oh god, yes. And you notice it too.
Yeah, like you get like mid game and they can start pushing turns like left and right. God help you if it's a Curse Hollow and a well-oiled team gets 3 tributes. I mean, they'll just plow through all your gates and be in your palace in no time. But things I have, but just to add the things I have been liking, because I don't want to come out to be the oddly negative Nancy of the group. I do like how all the heroes they really built them around a core theme, and they built them around a core abilities that do work rather well with each other. It's not just random abilities that you kind of just use. Like Tashar can be a very good support hero, or you can just make him an all-out damage specialist, and he will pump out damage mid to late game with Archon and slowing down with basic attacks and all that other fun stuff. Nova is definitely an assassin, and she will definitely kill you if she's built right, with overdrive and poison shot and triple tap. I mean, she will get you hard, and if she doesn't, she'll slow you down long enough for teammates to come up. And Diablo, even though he is strong, he excuse me, he is a brawler. Just the fact that he can just like mess around with heroes, like push you back or throw you over back into your allies, or just get you with the lightning breath ability. I mean, he just kind of throws you around. So I like how all the heroes have been playing here and there. They really held true to the philosophy of the character, as well as making each one unique from each other. I've been liking that a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing to keep in mind too when you're playing the game solo in the verses. You have to build your character to where if you're playing by yourself and you're not with a coordinated group, you have to build your character to your single survivability, because you can't count on your other teammates, because they're probably just going to be there to farm EXP or just play the game or whatever at this point. And yeah, so it's all about your particular character build, and if your teammates, they're not coordinating, then it's all about you. It's all about you have to build your character, and if you don't build your character properly, you're going to get face stomped.
Alright, any final thoughts on heroes? Anything that we may have missed?
Did you mention the hero rotations?
Yeah, well, the hero rotation is a change. I'm actually in the process of adding a little widget on the website. There's one on there now, but I don't like the icons. So I'm actually in the process of making a much better looking one. With actual names, so people actually understand what's going on. We're going to add that on the website. I'll change that every week. Be fun, interesting to see what the new heroes are. And just keep it in line with what's going on.
Cool. And then the hero spotlights that are coming too. Once I get my lazy butter on to help make them.
Yes. Actually, the hero spotlight Nova I just put up yesterday. And JC and myself are now doing them, so we're going to try to get out really hold to the one a week, if not try to do 2 a week some weeks, if we can muster up the will in between doing all the podcasts, all the work, and actually playing the game. That's always an important thing to keep in mind, folks. When you do a website or a podcast, it's like, always remember to play the game you're covering. Otherwise, it will not be fun covering the game if you're not actually playing the game. Remember that. That's words of wisdom right there.
And you just gotta have fun and just take some time and have your time, time yourself.
Alrighty, so this is where I get to rest my coughing throat, and I hand over the show notes to Beta for World of Warcraft.
Dun dun dun! Yes, it is World of Warcraft time. Azeroth. We've got some pretty big changes coming. The developers have just announced the new Night Elf female models. You can see previews for them on the blog post. It's called Artcraft, Huntress of Tridacil, and it looks really good. Like with the rest of the models, they keep it in par with. Well, I shouldn't say in par. They have a very similar feel to the original models, but you can definitely tell there is a lot of texture, and it just feels way more lifelike. And Well, night elf females have fangs, so yeah. Take that as you will. A lot of people are happy about that. I think it's kind of funny, personally, but yeah, the night elf females have fangs. Yeah. They are vampires, apparently, or something like that.
They have to get their immortality back somehow now.
Yeah. So yeah, the race is looking just fantastic, and the art team is just, Blizzard has the best art people in the world, pretty much, and they're just doing a phenomenal job, so keep it up, guys. And for this week only, we've got the 3 of the cosmetic helms that are available in the in-game store. We've got the Hood of the Hungerfang Darkness, Crown of Eternal Winter, and the Jewel of the Firelord. They're all 33% off this week. It ends the 20th of May. So pick up one of those helms. They do look really cool. I was considering buying the Fire Helm for myself, but maybe not. Okay, and we've got some hot fixes coming up. Nothing really crucial. They buffed Ret Paladins a little bit. The Sword of Light now increases your healing up to 60%. Excuse me, which was previously 30%, so they doubled that. So there's a minor Ret buff there. We've got the Warlock set. There was just some issues that were unable to retain their tier 14 4-piece bonus, so that's fixed. Mainly it's just a bunch of issues fixed with the Ret Paladin buff. Honestly, that's kind of what it's looking like. So, and last but not least, we've got pet battles. Yeah, so if you want to learn more about pet battles, you can view the Major Pains Advanced Pet Battles Training, and you can check that out on the website as well. So that just about covers it for WoW.
No, there's actually 2 things. It's actually tardy because I forgot about them because I actually posted a link to the PTR build, which primarily deals with upgrading. They're going to give everyone 2 additional times for a total of 16 item levels. See, I'm so far out of WoW, I'm reading this and I don't understand what I'm reading. It's like being able to talk the language but not know what's going on. So I'll let you look at that real quick as I talk about Azeroth choppers. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The next one came out, and we got a little bit more view of the bike. Man, I just want to see the bike. I just want to see what the bikes look like. I mean, we kind of did. It's like I just want to see what the bikes look like. I'm sick of all these teasers and everything. I have a sneaky suspicion. If you go on the AzerothChoppers.com website, yes, there is one. They show the dates for all the episodes that are forthcoming except the last one. The second to last one is at the end of the month, if I am, the 29th. I have a sneaky suspicion that we're gonna be revealed, the bikes are gonna be revealed on the second to last one. And the reason why they don't have a date for the last show is because they're probably gonna try to do something big with these bikes, and World of Warcraft and World of Draenor, and try to get the player base hyped up and keep this hype train going. They're gonna do a little thing at E3. I have a suspicion they're gonna do the traditional Paul Senior and Junior type deal where they're gonna ride the bikes up onto the stage. They're gonna let the crowd get a nice look at them, and then that's when they're gonna announce the winner at E3. This whole big hype train. And the reason why the second to last episode is gonna be on the 29th is to give people 2 weeks to vote. I have a sneaky suspicion. And then it doesn't matter because they'll probably announce a beta date at E3. I don't know, that's just me.
Seems reasonable.
So, question about the WoW PTR or whatever. You said they have a public test ROM set up right now?
Yes, they do.
Do you need a subscription to play that?
I'm not the person to ask. Beta?
I believe so.
For what, the PTR?
Yeah.
No. Nope.
Really? So we can go in there and play WoW or whatever, do all the old content and everything?
Yep. You PTRs. Now it has been a while, but last I heard, yeah, you don't need an active subscription. You just need a WoW account. The funny thing is, though, that was also enabled if you had an account banned. You could also play that on the PTR.
Dude! I am totally going to go try that out and play some WoW on the PTR. And I'm going to go try the old content and everything. And because I've had an itch to go back and try out the old dungeons or whatever and check out the, what's that one storyline with the Iron Dwarfs and whatnot. Oh, man. So I'll report back and let you know how that went.
Good, yes.
So Beta, have you made sense of those patch notes that I like flung at you like mid-show? I mean, there's not much there, granted.
No, there really isn't. So what Dread sent me was basically the heirloom weapons. There were a couple heirloom weapons that were awarded by Grosh that weren't properly scaled to the max level in the beta. So they're getting scaled up 8 item levels to keep in par with everything else. And then they've also added you can upgrade items twice to the items that are going to be introduced in patch 5.4. You can upgrade them twice for a total of 16 item levels. So you can so I imagine you can upgrade it for an additional 8 item levels for the first one, and you can get it up to 16 with the second upgrade. And that's basically all it's saying.
Alright. So,
Alright.
I just want to make sure we got those 2 things in there. I'm going to have to add them to the show notes.
Yeah.
So, sorry to throw you a literal knuckleball through the WoW section. I will do better. I will do better next time.
Sorry.
Alrighty, and with that, we'll move over to Wonderful Hearthstone, and this is where you and Quad take over. Oh god, you sound too happy.
It sucks. I got video evidence.
Shh, you will show nobody that. But let's hear Hearthstone.
Oh,
so,
yes.
We just got a preview of a new rogue card. It says it's like a 4/4 for 3, I believe, or no, maybe it's a 5/5 for 4. I think it's a 5/5 for 4. It's got Death Rattle. When it hits the graveyard, you return a friendly minion back to your hand. So that is a random friendly minion. It doesn't say that, but it is. And so that's a pretty interesting card. A lot of the new Naxxramas cards they're adding, they're going to have Death Rattle effects, just because they're adding the new Legendary, which is Baron, or I think it's Baron, and he makes your Death Rattle triggers happen twice. So it's all about Death Rattle, and I think Death Rattle is actually going to be a very, very powerful effect. They might even be underestimating how powerful it is, especially when you have like a Warlock deck, right? So you've got this Warlock deck. They've got a bunch of minions on the field. You got a couple minions with Death Rattle. You throw down Twisting Nether, destroy all minions for 8. Suddenly, you've got a huge board state. They've got nothing. Pass the turn, go. I mean, Death Rattle effects, they're going to be huge. We already know that they're really powerful. Some of the most powerful cards in the game are Karen Bloodhoof, and we've got the Harvest Golem. Those are the only 2 like really Death Rattly minions that produce an extra minion, and we're going to see a bunch more of them. Yeah.
Baron is really huge. He's only 4 to cast, and he's a 1/7 body. He's going to be hard to deal with. He's going to probably net you a couple of them, at least once. you're going to get his ability. If you
Yeah.
are playing around it, it's going to be a well-functioning card.
And since it's a 1/7 for 4, it'd be interesting to see if priest cards come into effect, just to have that, little toughness switcheroo inner fire going. I don't imagine it's going to drastically change their set of cards, but it would be interesting to see if, it helps priests out a little bit. Let's see here. Besides that extra card, let's take a look. We've got new patch notes coming, and we've also got a new season underway. Season 2, Brave the Black Temple, which is going to net you a new card back. It's kind of green. It looks pretty sweet. It's definitely, you can tell it's got that Black Temple feel. It's got, the blacks and the greens. It looks pretty sick. I'm excited to get that. Same thing as last season, I believe. You just have to get to level 20, which is very doable.
Yeah, rank 20, very easy to do. I think you only need to win 10 games. You don't even lose rank for losing games. You just need to win 10 games.
Yep. And if you guys haven't already, so Blizzard implemented this thing. It was called the Fireside Gatherings, and I have to apologize because last podcast I didn't really know it was happening, but I figured it out. So basically what the Fireside Gatherings are, they're basically real-life get-togethers to play Hearthstone. And when you participate in these real-life get-togethers, you get these unique card backs. They're the Fireside card backs. You're supposed to get them for participating, with other people getting together and playing Hearthstone, right? All you need to do is win a couple matches. Or you don't even need to win, you just need to play 3 matches with other people, and you'll get the card backs. Now, people have figured out a way to get the card backs without having to go meet at a cafe, an internet cafe, and having to meet other people in real life. It's not super hard to do. I imagine you could probably Google it and find out how to do that. But it's an interesting concept. They're trying to make this digital game, which is digital, and when you play it in real life, it doesn't really work very well with a lot of the cards because it's made to be digital. Like a King Mukla is like a pretty good example, right? Like, how do you just magically get 2 cards? You have to have 2 cards set aside and put into your hand, and then mind games.
Same sort of thing like Magic, though. I mean, when you open a pack of Magic cards, there's tokens, right? So you could have banana cards.
I don't know about you, but if you're playing at Starbucks, you just run up to the counter, grab 2 bananas, and throw it at the other player. That's what
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
At the right cafe, just buy them 2 bananas.
Yeah, that'd be great. So, but yeah, the firesides seem to be taking off. We're getting reports from a lot of people. They're sending in their photos, going to these cafes, meeting up people. Some people are even dressing up for these, which I think is really pretty cool, honestly. It's like, I honestly didn't expect much out of the Fireside Gatherings, and they seem to be taking off pretty well. I think it's interesting because China is actually really digging Hearthstone too, and they're really getting into it. So Hearthstone is just blowing up. Like, Blizzard basically is making a lot of money off Hearthstone at this point, and they're able to do these crazy wacky events and stuff, and I think it's fun. I think it's great. I think Hearthstone, this is pretty much what Hearthstone needs. It's interesting that they're trying to make the real life play Hearthstone in real life on a digital game. It's like, seems odd, but it seems to be working, so I like it.
Trying to bring some physicality to a digital game.
Yeah, exactly. And last but not least, we've got Hearthstone products in the Blizzard Gear store. Let's see. they have like mugs and shirts and little pins and stuff. You know, just kind of they make nice gifts. I think that's the whole point of them.
You can get your own plushy Hearthstone. Keep you warm at night. I'm in my home. I'm in my bed.
Yeah, so Hearthstone, yep, that is still going. There's still every week I see a new tournament come up for Hearthstone, and I think it's great. But you know, at the same time, because you know, once you get to the high level plays of Hearthstone, you kind of wish some of the RNG was cut out of it. But there you go.
Alrighty. Any other thoughts?
Hearthstone's fun. Go play Hearthstone. Yay!
Yeah, Beta, come play Hearthstone.
Okay.
I wouldn't doubt if it's been playing this entire time.
No, we had a bit of a situation.
I don't want to talk about it.
Did someone have to concede?
Let's just say
Don't worry, it's all recorded.
let's just say Black Knight is a really dumb card.
Oh.
Especially against druids.
Oh, I see. I see it all now. I still remember enough. Alrighty. So with that, we'll start closing out the show. As we said before, GrindExp number 10. Yeah, looking forward to 11. Siphon Shield isn't dead. No. I was on vacation, and then I had coughing attacks for like a week and a half. But yeah, so that'll be... Should have another one recorded. Hopefully with our dear friend Incaria. Yes, Incaria will be hopefully be the next guest this weekend. Get next Siphon Shield out early next week. And also, as we said before, Hero Spotlight number 2, all about Nova, is out. JC and myself are working to get more of those out at hopefully a quicker pace, but hey, real life is real life. And as always, we're looking for suggestions, feedback, comments from you, the listeners. If you want, just leave them in the YouTube comment section below. And we always like reading, always like figuring out what you want, what you don't like, and go from there. So with that, this is Dr. J. Dreadscythe, Beta.
Me!
Adia! Deja vu, we've done this before. JC Monkey.
Yeah.
Mark. And the Quadler.
Ciao.
Have a good night, folks, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Yeah.